Call of Duty, Activision are being greedy. What's new? So we're about to watch Valve forced Activision to tell the truth by Bellular News. I hope I'm saying that right.
You know, in a sense, this is like grim and depressing stuff, but honestly, for the scope of this video, man, this is fun. I can't wait. This is a banger, so let's go. Steam's policy just forced Activision to disclose their use of AI in Call of Duty. That hard confirms what, well, we've all seen with our eyeballs, but it also confirms leaks, including leaks of internal documents that we actually covered a little while.
So the AI slop comment, yeah, I mean, that Santa Claus zombie image they used for the Christmas event was so blatant that I don't know how they missed this. This must have been a quality check issue because clearly zombie Santa Claus does not have 6 fingers, and this is indicative of AI. It just messes up sometimes and puts too many limbs on something or just makes something look off. And this was just not a good look when you're already using AI in the worst way, which is just churning it out, not even checking to see if it's, if it's good.
Their eyeballs, but it also confirms has got to be seen to be believed. It's not the title we've run with for today's video, I think anyway, but they've literally found a way to profit from your death. Yeah, hilarious. Now, COD has always been a massive money-making machine. Now it looks desperate. Even though it's literally not desperate, it's successful. No, this is not desperation, this is them pushing and pushing. And most egregiously, there is a new system designed to profit from your death in the game.
Of course
it's all
there is.
made worse, of course, by AI cheapening what we even see in the game, including our rewards. And that means that it doesn't feel like the fruits of their truly absurd, overpriced, complex, layered monetization system. I mean, even just before recording, there was a thing that we thought conferred certain benefits, right? For like buying it for the season. Then we found out it's actually a like stacking thing as you buy it across seasons. This is insane. I'm going to go
10% player XP and weapon XP loyalty boost for repurchasing Black Cell. Loyalty bonus boost is stackable up to 50%. So they're basically saying, hey, we're going to give you 10% if you just keep buying this as a loyalty bonus for the rest of Black Ops 6. That would be nice if it was something of value, and it's not. It's just battle passes with a bunch of garbage nobody needs or wants.
Go mad, but don't worry, we'll go mad for you. And the upshot is something that costs $70 with a budget of well over 600 million. I mean, COD Blops Cow. Yep, that one costs $700 million. Something with that budget.
So Cold War was actually a banger. I don't know if you guys played it, but Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War was a nice, refreshing game. It was fun to play. I liked all the guns. The maps were fun. It felt good too. It was a good game. I don't know what else to say other than that was actually one of the most recent entries to Call of Duty that I actually enjoyed. That is a modern title.
Budget, and this price tag has never felt so cheap. Let's go. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 was the best-selling game of 2024. Per Microsoft, it delivered the franchise's biggest launch ever, it had record day one players, it had substantial Game Pass growth, but also on Steam and PlayStation unit sales were up 60% year over year. And I'm not embarrassed to say that I was one of those sales, and I didn't buy the previous game. I'm part of why those sales were up 60%. And that's because actually, it's a bloody good game. Seriously, the campaign's one of the best ones in years.
So yeah, I mean, I'm exactly like this guy. I actually skipped Modern Warfare 3. So I played Modern Warfare 2 begrudgingly because Modern Warfare was exhausting. There were a lot of issues with that game, whether that was line of sight, OP guns, getting used to the new lighting and how that affects the maps. Sometimes you'd be looking right at somebody and you couldn't tell, but they could see you because they were in a cave looking back at you in the light. I don't want to get into that, but Black Ops, it seems like the Black Ops series in the recent years has been like this savior to the Call of Duty fan base. They always say the same thing. Oh, well, Treyarch's coming in, Black Ops is coming back. Game's going to be great again every time there's a mishap with an Infinity Ward Modern Warfare title. And I think we're running into this issue now where it doesn't matter who is developing it. All these games are the same now. Now, I will say this. I played Black Ops 6. I played a lot of Black Ops 6, actually. I played mostly zombies because I enjoyed it so much. It was a lot of fun. It was a very nice, chill experience with all the innovations they had. The multiplayer, I could only stomach for a little bit. It wasn't as bad when I didn't feel like it was as bad with the matchmaking system. I never really felt like I was just getting insane lobbies, which historically I had been. I didn't feel like it was that bad. But with that said, there's something about this new, like, let's go as fast as possible type of Call of Duty. I'm just not into that anymore. This jumping and sliding and just crackhead movement, I'm not into it.
I had a lot of fun in the multiplayer, but if I go anywhere near it now, it's all garish brands and insanity that just kind of makes me go, ugh. What it is more, though, is a testbed. A testbed that fully justifies the renewed wave of calls for core multiplayer to become a free-to-play experience matching Warzone, because when you play it, a full $70 game, it feels honestly worse than many free-to-plays, and nothing makes it feel cheaper than this new tactic. Their new tactic is designed to funnel you from death to store, but before that, you need to learn about a patent. Because this patent at the time raised eyebrows. It's horrible, and knowing that it exists, yeah, makes me think about the future of this game. So here's what the patent does in their own words. Quote, match a more expert/marquee player with a junior player to encourage the junior player to make game-related purchases of items possessed/used by the marquee player.
Yeah, so we've already known this. I don't know if this is like something that is even like there's a layer on top of this that they patent, but this is already known that they have patents. Activision has patents where if a player buys skins in the marketplace, that person will get placed with players that don't have that skin. It can go even further to determine how much money this person spent and how much they're willing to spend. So like if you're somebody that has previously bought skins, they're definitely going to put you in matches where somebody has a lot of skins. So that way you'll see them and then be encouraged to buy those skins. That is absolutely insane. Matchmaking should not be based on the skin you have. Now, there's no like proof of this happening, but the fact that they have the patent tells us that they're willing to use it. So they might be currently, but we don't have anything confirming it.
The idea here is really simple. It's that matchmaking would pair players with no cosmetics against players with loads of cosmetics to entice purchases. Of course, if you know anything about matchmaking, that's not going to be good for game quality. Now, I must be clear. There is no evidence that this has been implemented, right? No evidence. But it is something they've thought of. It's perhaps in the back pocket. And with that in mind, let's talk about the new change. Whenever someone kills you in Call of Duty, of course, you get a kill cam. The kill cam now displays a prompt to wishlist the cosmetic blueprint of the weapon.
Bro. Are we serious? We're going to start wishlisting skins in the marketplace in Call of Duty. What have we done? What did we do? Where did we go wrong? I can't believe this is a real thing. That you can now get killed in Call of Duty, click a button, and add a skin to your wish list like it's Amazon. So you can go in after the game, after getting killed by this guy, so you can buy the same skin and have it. I don't even know what to say anymore.
Weapon that just ended your life. It is a direct pipeline to the in-game store, and it's one that exists in a world where they've already designed a matchmaking system that, if implemented, would complement a feature like this perfectly. Right? Oh, lovely stuff. And if you've got a keen memory, you may remember the copy loadout feature from the Modern Warfare 2019 beta. Yeah, you could copy someone's loadout. That's just their loadout. That was a gameplay-oriented feature that was removed before the actual launch of that game. This, though, is worse. This is wishlist.
Yeah, I mean, copycatting someone's loadout is totally normal. Modern Warfare 2 implemented copycat as a death streak. So, like, if you died for the 6th time, it would copy the person that killed you. So, like, copying a loadout is totally acceptable because you didn't pay money for the loadout. But if it's wanting you to copy somebody's skin that they paid for with real money, dude,
paid for premium blueprints. Now, those are cosmetic, but they've also got a pre-built attachment setup, which in many cases can circumvent hours upon hours of grinding. I have one real clear example of that. It was the Akimbo Diamatis at a point in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. They were absurdly overpowered. And funnily enough, when a build of them that was very overpowered, that took hours upon hours upon hours of grinding to earn, existed, they published a cosmetic blueprint that basically had the OP build. So you could just buy the OP build right now, immediately, and use it. That does not feel good.
Yeah, I don't remember that, but that sucks.
The prompt only appears on the kill cam. The kill cam is the very thing someone will watch if they want to improve and, kill the guy instead of, well, now being sat watching the kill cam of the guy killing them. Now what it does is say, you can buy the thing they killed you with. The implication is perhaps you can then kill that person and other people with that thing that you can buy next time. That feels bad, but it's just one part of what we're going to cover today. I told you this would be a fun video. It is. So, yeah, it's turtle time. Few examples are worse than the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover because it demands approximately $90 plus event pass progression to unlock all the awards. So each turtle costs $20 and comes with a custom melee variant, additional cosmetics, and a
Bro, what? Dude, it just keeps getting worse. This is literally the scummiest, most money-hungry. It's just disgusting. There's 4 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and you're going to make each skin $20. $20 has become the standard for skin prices, which absolutely erodes my confidence in the future of gaming. In my humble opinion, cosmetic should not cost more than $5. Everyone's gonna say, MeloDox for president. I think it's ridiculous because these cosmetics, you can't do anything with them when the game goes away. When Call of Duty gets a new title the next year, millions of people have moved off the game and there might be some people left on the last game. Cosmetics that you bought, unless they carry over to the next game, which is fine, that's fine. But even that, these have no value outside of the game. So if I spend $90 to get all the skins plus Splinter or whatever that they're gonna give me, you spent $90 on something that looks cool in the game, and then when the game goes away, and if it doesn't carry over, that's sunk cost. That was $90 you spent so somebody could look at you as Donatello or Raphael. And I'm not going to sit here and say, I've never bought skins. I have bought skins. I've bought tons of skins. But I learned that it doesn't make any sense. In the long run, for me to look like Donatello for a week or two and then I leave the game, it's not worth it for me anymore. That's just the way I think about it. When I think about things that actually have value is like Counter-Strike. If I buy a skin, I can sell that skin for real money. So there's actually real value to it. There's no real value to this stuff. So I hate the skin. I hate skins now, honestly. It's made me despise skins that aren't earned.
A color-matched weapon blueprint. So, $90, a lot of money. But, of course, we do live in a brand invasion, and that means that we can compare the Turtles' outings in other games. As an example, in Fortnite, all 4 Turtles plus their weapons is $32. There you go. Tim Sweeney, man of the people.
That's still too much.
Injustice 2 has a $20 pack that adds all the Turtles plus 2 more characters. Now, Street Fighter 6
that's more like it.
Edge Call of Duty out just a little bit at $100 for all of its turtleness, but that's only because they charge for individual sticker sets, which I've got to imagine a lot of people don't buy. But guess what, everyone? The squeeze is actually worse. Crossovers have now got their own separate passes layered on top of the regular battle
Oh my
pass.
god,
it's a
dude.
trend that started with the January Squid Game crossover. Now, the game's event pass will offer 2 Foot Clan Ninja operator skins for free, but if you want Master Splinter, you'll need to complete the entire pass and pay an additional $10.
Dude. Okay, here's the thing. I understand that you don't have to buy these. That's going to be an immediate argument a lot of people are going to have is you can buy the game for $70 and you don't have to buy any of this. And that is correct. I don't have to buy any of it. I'm not going to say that people are smarter because they don't buy skins. And I don't want people to feel bad that do buy skins because they enjoy how they look in the game. But for me personally, it makes no sense anymore. For me to look a certain way in the game doesn't affect me anymore. and how you look in the game doesn't affect me. It can look cool. I can sometimes be like, yeah, dude, looking like Master Splinter in Call of Duty is kind of crazy. But it's the extent that we have reached, which is you can be, you can have a unicorn gun that shoots rainbows, and then you can be Master Splinter, but then you can also be like Thor, or then you can be like just like a regular sniper guy. It's so bizarre and jarring when you're running around playing Call of Duty when there's so many different it feels like you're playing them in the multiverse, or just anything and everything can be on the screen. I'm in the camp of I like the old school. Everything looks like how they should, like a war based game, and the skins would be war based. I'm probably in the minority in that, but that's how I feel. And I just think if in general, if the support for this type of stuff continues, people keep spending money on this, then you're gonna keep getting more of it, and it's gonna keep getting more layered and more advanced. Next, it'll be 3 battle passes, then it's 6 battle passes. Where does it stop? There is no stopping. They'll keep going until you stop spending money.
Big happy smiles. But that's not all. No, it's not all. There's the Black Cell Premium subscription that adds a cumulative layer to all of this. Yes, cumulative. It incentivizes you to do the premium upgrade every season with cumulative rewards, and when you've got that, well, you get a 10% XP boost. That XP boost, of course, covers every pass through to the end of Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and that does include your event passes, which you'll want to progress so you get your turtle stuff. And to make this worse, it's a yearly model. Now, last year's Modern Warfare 3 had skins that did not transfer over to Black Ops 6. I actually didn't know that. They only transferred through to Warzone. I mean, hey, at least your Fortnite skins will stick around for years. Now, what makes it worse is how this game was a surprise, and it's why it was a surprise to me. Modern Warfare 2 marketed itself in skins carrying over to Modern Warfare 3, and it very much seemed that that was like their overall grand plan, because, hey, they wanted to sell cosmetics. If they're doing that, they should really make sure that from COD game to COD game, not just Warzone, you can keep your cosmetics. Well, that expectation did not hold from Modern Warfare 3 to Black Ops 6, and that means that right now people will be buying these skins without knowing if the next premium game will even support them, which feels bad. But there's
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what I'm saying. If it carried over, I could see where somebody could justify, okay, I'm going to buy this one skin because I think it's cool, and I'll have it for the entirety of Call of Duty for the forever future. Okay, at least you can justify that a little bit. But when it doesn't carry over year to year, and you keep buying the next Call of Duty, then those skins you bought are in the past. They're gone. You spend it, it's gone. And you don't get to bring them with you. It's insanity.
One expectation that is being met. It's not a good one. It's that they will leverage AI to cut costs. Not exactly to leverage new technology to be more efficient. Oh, good things. Oh, no. No, just cheap slop. That's what we're getting. You know, as a short-term capitalist, as I'm sure you guys are as well, I'm absolutely thrilled that all of this revenue maxing is being matched by cost cutting. You know, I thought that long-term shareholder value was the goal. This shit doesn't seem like long-term shareholder value to me. But anyway, this is where Mr. Newell comes in. Thank you, Steam. Steam now has got disclosure requirements for AI, and that means that Black Ops 6 now admits this. Our team uses generative AI tools to help develop some in-game assets. The community response was pretty much duh, of course. Now, we've seen the terrible loading screens, the miserably composed,
straight garbage.
Even whole events that just look like they were shat out of Mid-Journey, but actually somehow worse. Reports also indicate that Activision is mandating this stuff for artists and that they've broken pledges that they made to their team over how far they would go with AI stuff. Now,
so when it comes to AI, I'm pretty, I guess, liberal in the sense that I'm okay with AI being used. I think AI is a great tool because there are a lot of benefits in efficiency and speed, and honestly, sometimes even creativity that can come from it. So sometimes it could influence you to create something that you might not have been able to imagine, because it can create the most wild stuff instantly, and it gives you references. And that's my point, is that AI should be used as a reference, as a tool to allow you to create something that you didn't think about and then use that as a reference to create something. Whereas how Activision, I think, is using it is these guys are just typing into an AI generator saying, make a zombie skin, make a zombie that's pointing at the screen with a Santa hat on and make it look gritty, and click. And whatever image comes out that's it. Okay, use it, done. Don't edit it, don't do anything with it. That's it. And when you do that, yeah, you're cheapening, in my opinion, you're cheapening the product that you're giving us. At least put some effort into it. If it was effortless and it was good, we won't complain. Eventually, I think AI will get to that point where it'll be so good that we won't be able to complain because we won't be able to tell the difference. It'll be so good. And that's honestly, that's all that matters. Is it good? And right now it's not. It's trash by itself most of the time. It produces stuff that just doesn't look right. So I hope, which I have very little hope left, that they would start using it as a reference and not just as a turnaround tool.
Now, beyond the visuals, there's also voices. I use mine. I can't wait to, I don't know, clone my own voice and, I don't know, put myself out of work, I guess. Then I can have no purpose. Wouldn't that be great? Okay, so Activision has confirmed that they are replacing beloved voice actors because, well, they refused to sign the Screen Actors Guild protections against AI exploitation. A funny little shot into this, more of a seasoning. Did you know that Bobby Kotick is in fact a union man? He is himself a member of the Screen Actors Guild because he did have a small role in the film Moneyball. So there you go. I suppose with Bobby being a member of the guild, it's kind of funny that now the company he ran is not really playing nice with the guild. Anyway, these are corners being cut, saving tiny little amounts of money while delivering a worse product, like our six-fingered Santa and all the stupid bullshit. Now, it seems insane, but I actually do think I know what their strategy is. This is not about shaving costs now. This is about systemically reducing costs and re-architecting development for long into the future, right?
Yeah, I mean, of course. There's no wonder. Everyone's going to do that. Anyone that has anything to do with technology and AI can do it, these companies are going to use AI to do it. That's the bottom line. Whether it's to create a gun skin, a loading screen, to literally do your job, like AI agents that are coming to take our jobs. We're in it right now, and for some people, they don't care at all. They work a job that is not affected by AI directly, and they come home and they play Call of Duty, and they don't care if the things are AI generated. And we're in this weird time frame where like it matters right now. We're at the cusp of it mattering because it's obvious to us, the people that care, that they don't care. And the thing that sucks is it's going to get so good that we won't know anymore. It'll be so good in the future that you won't be able to tell. Everything will look so good you won't even know. And at that point, will it matter? I don't know. But right now it does, because we can tell how much they don't care.
Call of Duty is guaranteed to turn a profit. That will never really be in doubt unless something really spicy happens. But what is now becoming clear is that your $70 game might get you a good COD game at launch, providing Activision give their teams enough time. And you know what, with Blob 6, I'm happy that I bought that game. I'm happy that I played it. I had a bloody great time. That campaign absolutely slapped. But everything after that launch will just be a case of what Activision thinks they can get away with. And the hard truth is that thus far, customers have proved their strategy right, and they are seeing more and more success. The grandest point of the video is this: Activision's big advantage is they know that no matter how angry people become, they'll have a fresh start every 12 months.
Yeah, 100%. This is the Call of Duty cycle that when I was younger, I didn't even realize it was happening. I remember Call of Duty 4 coming out and be like, this is awesome. Then World of War came out and I was like, dude, this is awesome. Then Modern Warfare 2, this is awesome. And then Black Ops 1, this is awesome. And I didn't realize there was a cycle. It took me a minute to understand, like, there's going to be a Call of Duty every year? Oh, okay. And then you start to understand that, okay, if there's going to be a Call of Duty every year, then if there's a bad Call of Duty, you can just say, oh, well, I'll wait for the next one. And Call of Duty has this stranglehold on us because they have hits that come and go. They have games that you're like, man, that was a lot of fun. I hope the next one's like that. And then you get all high on hopium, and then you play the next one, you buy the next one, and then it's not good. And you're like, oh, man, but that old one was good. Remember that old one? That was good. Remember Black Ops 2? That was fun. And then you're like, well, I'll try another one. And I think for us older fans, we're at that point. For younger people that haven't experienced Call of Duty in its entirety, it's going to take them a while to realize it. But once you realize the cycle, it gets kind of to you. You start to realize like, okay, what am I doing? The people that complain on the internet like me, we're the minority. We could all everybody that watches this video could not buy the next Call of Duty, and Activision will be just fine. They will sell enough copies to people that don't care. And I think I've personally realized that it doesn't matter how many videos we make, how many times we tweet, how many Instagram videos we make, Facebook posts. You can complain all day long about skill-based matchmaking, how crap Call of Duty is, how bad the game is. It doesn't matter. There's always going to be enough people that buy Call of Duty, and I think that's the reality, and it's kind of sunk in for me where I've lost nearly almost any interest or excitement for new Call of Duty titles.
Skipped Modern Warfare 3 because it seemed like an absolutely shameless, shat out in no time thing, and the campaign certainly did seem to be that. Blob 6 didn't look like that. I bought it, I played it, I had a great time. And does that mean I'm part of the problem? Technically, yes. Don't worry, I'm not going to buy bullshit later on. But in a way, that is the point. If the multiplayer is not performing to player expectations, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, or Sledgehammer will soon get another attempt. Black Ops 6 has actually seen some of the fastest drop-offs in Steam player counts for the franchise. That doesn't necessarily spell doom. Maybe it just means they had a very successful launch spike. Maybe it just means the remaining players will be squeezed harder. But no matter what, there'll be another Black Ops soon, there'll be another Modern Warfare soon, and that will be another chance. So yeah, if the Modern Warfare 3 campaign disappointed, that's fine. People loved Blob 6 for the story. All is forgiven. At least that's the thing they count on. Each new release is a massive infusion of new players who can be targeted with fresh marketing. That means lots of new revenue, and Activision trying new experiments, like with the kill cam wish list and the expensive licensed skins. And when these experiments work, they then become permanent game features in the monetization model. We have seen this happen. When they fail, well, they get valuable data that is worked into the next iteration of the game. They can build a battle pass, layer Black Cell on top, and then they can incentivize adoption by making repeat purchases the most efficient progression path. Just look at what they've done with Black Cell, and as much as that makes people angry, whenever there's a new COD season, you will reliably see Black Cell climbing. This time, there's Saddam, there's fantasies. And I don't know, then I go and buy Blob 6, Lamau. But that's kind of the point, right? They got a fresh wash of everything. And the sad fact is that per the numbers, it will work. It does work. What happened to X-Defiant? What's happened to anything else that has tried to pull off a Call of Duty and fight Call of Duty on its own grounds? People have popped in for a bit, and they've pissed off because, yeah, it's not Call of Duty.
So X-Defiant was fun. I played it a lot. I genuinely thought it was going to have a future. And then I stopped playing it because other games came into my life. Then I realized, oh, if most people are like me, where they just take a break from it, don't come back to it, that's probably what's happening. And that was what was happening. People just weren't playing X-Defiant, even though it was fun and it was a good experience. They launched it at a bad time, I think. It was supposed to be a Call of Duty killer because it doesn't have skill-based matchmaking. It felt like it did, which is so weird. Like, I had moments where I was like, I feel like the whole lobby was just cooking. Everybody was just insane. It was fine and it was fun, but it wasn't Call of Duty. And I think a lot of people are just hooked. And I don't think there's really anything other than, for the longest time, it was Battlefield. But that's proven to not matter. So I don't think really any game can kill Call of Duty at this point. It's going to take, I don't know. I don't know what it takes.
And that's the problem. Anything trying to be Call of Duty is, I don't know, it's like your own version of Coke. People have Coke. They know what Coke is. Even if the Coca-Cola company pisses them off, they want a nice Coke. Don't worry, I'm drinking a Dr. Pepper. It's probably the Coke company, who knows. Anyway, the point here is, these things are not really going to get better. People have tried to disrupt the shooter space, and audiences haven't really moved over because basically, nobody really does COD like COD, and people are not willing to try something else properly. And that means that as development teams are cutting corners with generative AI to maximum output at minimal cost, and we're seeing worse and worse shit in our games, well, just keep in mind, these games sell tens of millions of copies. So even though maybe there's this video and you thought, ugh, I don't think I'll buy the next COD, these games sell tens of millions. Who will even remember these frustrations whenever Black Ops 7 launches in 2025? Whenever Frank Woods is back again and you can go and have a little adventure. Or Russell Adler is back and I can think, wow, Russell Adler, you're so cool. That's the sad power of brand, of marketing, right? Or if it's Modern Warfare 4 in 2026. Any anger that's floating around the place, realistically, is just going to be destroyed by Captain Price, because he's Captain Price, and we all have little Captain Price brainworms in us. Yeah, it's tricky, isn't it? I guess the question is not whether Activision will push further, it's how much will they have to push before people en masse will vote with their wallet. We know Infinite Warfare struggled, we know Ghost struggled, but those struggled because of overall positioning, fantasy, and that sort of thing, not necessarily tactics found within. And thus far, I'm struggling to see cases where the tactics found within for monetization are truly moving the needle in a way that won't, to them, be anything more than a mere rounding error.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, I kind of, if you're like me and you want Call of Duty to be better because you've played Call of Duty for a majority of your life and you enjoy playing Call of Duty, everyone's different in what they want. And for me personally, I just think that I've reached a point where Call of Duty doesn't do it for me anymore. And to see how far they're pressing monetization tells me that the product that they're going to produce is only indicative of how much money they're going to make. And I want games to be fun, not games that are going to siphon money out of my bank account. And that's what Call of Duty feels like now. It's just a money-making machine versus a fun game to play and to create memories. It really is like worst case scenario, learning that Activision is pretty much lining itself up to milk, title Call of Duty absolutely dry for infinity. Because these patents, they're gonna use them eventually if they're not already. What do you guys think? Do you still play Call of Duty? Do you still have fun? Do you not care about this stuff? You don't gloom and doom about it? I know I am. I'm pretty much it's toast. I mean, for me, Call of Duty is dead. There's only a specific scenario that would bring me back, and I don't think they're gonna do it. So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you agree or disagree with anything I said in the video, I'd love to hear what you have to say. Yeah, that's it.